Chapter 4, we have to work together. After Nico discovered you meeting up with Harley in the library, you're left scrambling for a plausible explanation. Nico, it's not what it looks like. Nico's forehead creases with confusion and concern, but there's also a flicker of hurt in his eyes. I'm not sure what it looks like, Erica. What are you doing here? Who is she? Nico, I wanted to invite you along. No, let's not lie. Harley's just a friend. Nico visibly relaxes. Harley, meanwhile, just snorts. Friends, huh? Guess you forgot to flag that status update for me. I don't have a better word for it, and for the record, I would never forget to flag a status update. The real question is, what are you doing here? We're a long way from Love Corp's labs. I figured the scientists stayed there like 24/7, like hamsters on a wheel or something. Can you give it a rest for 5 minutes? I will if Mr. Perfect over here answers the question. I saw you leaving the Love Corp campus, and I thought I'd catch up with you at the House of Corpse. Then you kept walking, and I got worried, so you followed her. And to think, you called me a stalker. Turns out that call was coming from inside the algorithm. Huh, Erica? I'm not a stalker, I'm her soulmate. I'm sure you really believe that. I actually work on the algorithm, and I'll have you know. Knock it off, both of you. You physically step in the middle of them, holding your hands out. Or else we're gonna get in trouble, someone's feelings will get hurt. I'm leaving you both here to work it out. We'll get in trouble. This is a library, you're supposed to be quiet in one? I'm pretty sure we're the only ones here. You peek out from the stacks to find all the tables are empty. Not a person in sight. That is completely beside the point. Erica, seriously, who is this? I'm guessing she's not really a server at the restaurant. Remember what I told you about Chloe Campbell? The case Anna took me off of? The one who had the nosebleed during her intake? Right, well, Harley found me after it happened. We've been sort of trading information ever since. Go ahead, just tell the Love Corp scientist about everything we've been doing. That won't backfire. Ignoring her, you fill Nico in on what you've learned about Chloe so far and your plan to track her down. Something really weird is happening, Nico, and Chloe seems to be the center of a lot of it. I just want answers as bad as you, Erica. More, even. I already told you about how the higher-ups have been icing me out for months, and it's only getting more extreme. So you understand why I have to look into this. Of course, if people are truly being hurt, that's a problem that needs to be addressed. But what I don't understand is what she has to do with any of this. What part of she's her friend and she's looking into it did you not understand? He waves a hand in Harley's general direction. He pointedly avoids looking at her. I don't trust her, and neither should you. She could be dangerous. Literally right here? Look. That's why I'm being cautious. What part of literally right here did you miss? I'm not accusing you of anything, but it would be easier to trust you if we at least knew your last name. Harley levels you with a flat stare and a sigh. You turn back to Nico. But she does know what she's talking about. I believe that she has good intentions. Nico pinches the bridge of his nose. I trust you, Erica, I do. But for all we know, she could be a government agent trying to ruin Love Corp's good work. As if the government has any interest in shutting Love Corp down. Or she could be working for one of those anti-Love Corp politicians who secretly support the Volition terrorist group. Which would be a huge waste of time, since none of them ever make it to the ballot, but hey, keep guessing. I wouldn't have to guess if you just tell us what game you're playing. Why does any of this matter to you? Because I happen to care about keeping people safe, unlike the government and definitely unlike LoveCorp. I don't want anyone else to get hurt the way Chloe was. That is my only aim. The sorrow etched across her face is only there for a moment, but it's enough to deflate Nico. You step out from between them. I don't want anyone to get hurt either, but maybe it's time for you to leave it to the professionals. Harley immediately bristles. Please, LoveCorp will sweep this under the rug like they always do. And the do-getters who work there will believe whatever they say. That's the real LoveCorp guarantee. Harley. Nico has a point. You really think LoveCorp's gonna help Chloe after everything you've seen? Do you even care about her at all? Of course I care, but I'm also worried about being reckless and tracking her down like this. What if we make things worse for her, or for the other applicants? Harley's face softens, and then she shakes her head sadly. I get that what you mean well, Erica, but honestly, if we don't do something, that's what will make it worse. The three of you stand in uncomfortable silence for a moment. Okay, if we stand a chance of getting answers, we have to work together. That means talking to each other and listening. And maintaining a respectable and non-threatening distance. It won't be a problem for me. Oh, fine, whatever gets us moving faster. Despite that, as you head out of the stacks, neither of the two of them budge, still staring each other down. I know that what the two of you need. Getting to know someone is the first step to trusting them. I happen to know some great icebreakers. We can even answer the questions they asked in our soulmate program applications. No, absolutely not. Oh, come on. We could even do it en route to Chloe's, so we wouldn't be wasting any time. What's the problem, Harley? Got something to hide? Everyone has something to hide. Sure, we'll go with that. Anyway, I can't think of anything I'm hiding, but okay. I had to think for a second. Harley scowls at Nico, then turns to face you, anger melting away. It would be faster to travel in a group, in case we run into trouble. I'm more concerned that you're the trouble. What do people do? Descend from helicopters if you're, like, single and start beating the shit out of you with batons? I'm curious. I'm concerned. Let's get going before the two of you get into another argument. Harley leads the three of you out of the library and down the street, her head on a swivel as she constantly takes in your surroundings. Keep an eye out, security cameras are everywhere. You peer up warily, expecting to see a drone watching you from above, but so far the skies are clear. What's the problem with being seen? We aren't doing anything wrong. It would just be better not to be. It's not an... How about we jump into the first icebreaker? What's your go-to vacation spot? Are you seriously doing this like a... Jesus. Personally, I love visiting the beach, new cities, snowy spots. Not a damn tree in anywhere. The beach, sand. New cities, no, it's people. Snowy spots, I guess that would be okay. But, come on, couldn't you pick a forest without the snow? The way the snow blankets everything around and changes the entire landscape, it's beautiful. No, it's not. Seriously, no, it's not. I'm kinda surprised. You don't seem like a winter weather person. You're too warm and fuzzy for that. If anything, you're a shelter from the cold, Erica. Part of what I love about it is curling up with a blanket and a fire. I'm glad that two of you found something to agree on. Your turn, Nico. Where do you like to vacation? Okay, I can agree with the warm and cuddle, you know, a good book or, you know, whatnot around a fire. Okay, I can agree with that. Well, when I filled out my application, I said that I liked exploring new cities, especially the museums. What about you, Harley? Harley shrugs, shoving her hands in her pockets. Camping in the woods, I guess. I'll take Harley. Wow, I had no idea people even camped anymore. Do people even camp anymore? I certainly never have. Beats me. I haven't done that, or what people do, in a while. Before you can reply, Harley throws one arm out, sending you and Nico skidding to a halt behind her. What the... Cameras, don't move. You inhale sharply to spot a lens far in the distance, flaring in and out as though it's focusing on you. You stand there frozen, only to relax as the camera finally pans away, the street around you remaining quiet and alarm-free. Phew. It was stupid. We're normal people walking down the street. I didn't realize the city had quite this many security cameras. Well, you wouldn't, would you? When was the last time either of you left campus? You and Nico exchange a glance. Not recently. There's really no need to. Not when everything is already there. Not everything, and for the record, your campus has just as many cameras, if not more. Well, I don't see why we need to dodge the cameras. Walking through the city is completely normal. Given how insistent Anna was that I drop Chloe's case, I don't think it'd be good if Glove Corp found out I was going to visit her. Or that you shared client information with someone outside the company. We're getting sidetracked. Next question. Another one from the Soulmate Program application. What are you looking for in a partner? I spent my whole life waiting for love. It's the only thing I've ever dreamed of. Yeah, Love Corp propaganda will do that. It's not propaganda. The Soulmate Program has done so much for human happiness. Including ours. I just wanted someone to share my life with, and I'm grateful I found her. A smile, softly, a private thing just for the two of you. And Harley, who mimes vomiting. Ugh! Did you rehearse that one? Harley. Yeah, I'll answer the question. I just want someone who I can have fun with. How about those? What picture were you both drawn to in your applications? For me, it was always been the one with the tree, the snake, and the sun. One's nice, though. I'm partial to the lighthouse on the coast. I'm sorry, there was more than the snake, the tree, and the what? We didn't get that. Okay, next question. What? Wait. Nico quickens his pace to dart in front of Harley, blocking her path. You didn't answer the question, Erica. She didn't answer the question. Harley, we're trying to be open and honest here. She frowns, worrying her bottom lip between her teeth before huffing out of breath. I never filled out the stupid application, okay? Is that what you wanted to hear? I don't understand. Everyone fills out the application. Is it even possible to opt out? There's no option like that on the intake form. It is as if you don't fill out the form at all. But then Love Corp could bar you from ever applying. Oh no, and you might meet in person normally? No. Look, I like the idea of having a partner as much as most people. I just think the old-fashioned way is better, that's all. But that's not how it's done. She's lying. I bet she was just disqualified from the program. And why would I be disqualified? I don't know, maybe your incredibly abrasive attitude, or... Let's try some questions that aren't from the application, like, what's your favorite animal? A wolf. It's a good one. Also a wolf. Oh, see, the two of you have something in common. More than you realized. As you continue to pepper them with... No. Psst. Hey, Erica, you didn't answer the question. As you continue to pepper them with innocuous questions, the tension gradually eases. By the time you get to asking their favorite color, you're even starting to have fun. What? That's crazy. Black doesn't look anything like, or look like anything. Which means it goes with everything. Keep up, Doc. I agree with that. Suddenly there's a sharp crackle behind you, and Harley shoves you and Nico into an alley just as a troop of security guards pass. That was close. Too close. One of us should double check that they're gone. They'll spot us if we all leave at once. You must stay here with Nico. You guys stay put, I'll be right back. No rush, like, at all. She makes a rude gesture in his direction as she heads back out onto the street. As soon as she's out of sight, Nico turns to you, his gaze soft as he takes you in. I'll step even closer. You move another half-inch towards him, close enough for him to slide his arms around your waist. Glad you didn't do this alone. That you let me come with you. It's like ever since we got paired, every minute I spend apart from you feels wrong, like you're missing a piece. Exactly. You make me feel whole. Just then you spot Harley rounding the corner, covering her eyes with one hand. Everyone decent? Oh no, we stripped our clothes off the minute you left. Very funny. Are we good to go? Yep, let's get out of here quick before they come back. Seriously? Why the hell is there like a gaggle of like security people? Like, I don't know, this book just doesn't tell you important things like why. It just throws it out there like just, hey, this is normal in our life. When you're all arrive at Chloe's apartment complex, Harley pauses in front of the entrance looking around suspiciously. Is something wrong? Not sure. I can't see any cameras, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. LoveCorp is pretty good at hiding them. I'm going to double back, make sure we weren't followed. You two go ring the doorbell. But what if Chloe answers? What do we say? Hi, would be a good start. Our resident love technician can handle the rest. Nico purses his lips but follows you as you step up to the video intercom and press the button to ring Chloe. Hi. You don't look like my pizza delivery. We're not pizza delivery. We're DiGiorno. Oh, listen. How many times in your life have you ever wanted to just do that? It just came naturally, okay? Not exactly. I'm not sure if you remember, but you were my love technician the other day, Erica, right? Is there another form you need me to fill out? Because you could have just emailed it to me. Actually, we're here because we have some follow-up questions for you. I thought you could use a friend. You might be in danger. We have some follow-up questions for you. How many more questions could you possibly have? LoveCorp already knows my star sign, my favorite food, my second favorite food, my child's teddy bear's name. Our questions aren't about your application, they're about your nosebleed. Chloe sighs, rubbing her eyes. Look, I know you ran my interview, but I can't just let you enter my apartment. I mean, I don't even know how you got my address. Next to you, Nico clears his throat and steps closer to the intercom, flashing that $1 million smile. Hi, Chloe. We haven't met, but I'm Dr. Nico Hassan. I work in LoveCorp's labs doing brain scan research. He watches Chloe's ramrod straight posture relax slightly as Nico continues to speak. I wanted to check in to make sure your nosebleed didn't have anything to do with our technology or how it was implemented. Would it be okay if Erica and I and our insurance investigator Harley come up to ask a few questions? My pizza should be here in about 20 minutes, but I can talk to you until then. Yeah, we will even ask for a slice, I swear. There's a faint click, the building's front door unlocks. You turn to wave Harley over before looking back at Nico. It's a good thing you came with us. She'd never have let us in otherwise. That was... Yes, it was very heroic to stand up and start talking logically. Very heroic. Quickly, you've saved my life. You can talk me out of trouble anytime. Hopefully that won't be necessary. I'd rather get into trouble with you instead. I don't spot any guards or cameras, so we should be good to go in. Chloe thinks you're an insurance investigator. Try to act like one. Oh, that's like a hall monitor for boring adults. Well, what did you want to be instead? You knock on Chloe's door and it swings open. She gives you a tentative smile. Chloe, you're looking so much better. I Hope so, given the last time you saw me, I was passed out on a gurney. But Dr. Hassan said you had some questions for me. We want to know how you're feeling now, what happened after you left the intake, if you've had nosebleeds like that before. Two of these are really good questions. What the hell is outside the window? When did dude, I'm seeing a trash bag? Bunch of trash on the ground? What the hell's outside her window? I thought we lived in a good neighborhood. What? Oh boy. What happened after you left the intake? Your guess is as good as mine. When I woke up in the medical ward, my nose wasn't bleeding anymore, and I had a discharge papers to sign. Sounds like the medics didn't feel like there was anything to worry about. Or they were trying to sweep it under the rug. In the end, they sent me home with some pain meds, a saline spray, and, well, that was that. Not exactly dramatic. Harley wanders over to Chloe's desk to peer at the pain meds and shakes her head slowly. Nah, this is heavy-duty stuff they put you on. They wouldn't prescribe this just to anyone. You think the medics knew something? Possibly. It could be that Chloe's nosebleed has to do with how many times she's applied to the program. No, that can't be it. Plenty of couples have had more scans than Chloe after they got paired. But you were a contractor for LoveCorp, right, Chloe? Is it possible that you had more exposure to the technology? I didn't have anything to do with the soulmate algorithm. I did work with the brain scan helmets. Ruh-roh. Was it coding work you did for Project Prometheus? Yes, it involved a ton of testing. Anytime you changed anything, you had to make sure you didn't break it. I probably had the brain scan helmet on at least 5 times a day, if not more. It made my hair look terrible. You literally look like you could wear a helmet right now and it wouldn't even upset a hair. 5 times a day? I don't know a ton about the project. I was only in charge of a small part. No one ever read me in on the bigger picture. That sounds familiar. Honestly, I don't remember much about the gig. It was kind of a short-lived whirlwind thing. Anything you can tell us will help. Well, I actually kept all my paperwork and notes from when I was working on it, if you want me to dig them out. I think it's imperative that we look over every piece of data if we're going to get to the bottom of this. As much as I hate to agree with the boy genius over there, we need all the information we can get. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, it's been 20 minutes, I'm expecting a pizza at the door. Oh wait, that's not me, it's her in the... Yeah, don't at me. Chloe digs through some drawers next to her desk, pulls out a stack of paperwork, and then hands it to you. Listen, it is currently 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm doing this with little or no sleep, and I haven't been feeling good these past couple days. Don't at me. Application. Candidate summary. Chloe Campbell received her bachelor's degree in computer science from Love University's Institute for Future Utopia. Since graduating in 2026, she's worked as a programmer for Real Help 2026 to 2028 and Hyperfix 2028 to 2033. What damn year is it? Though Campbell has a wide array of skills, she specializes in automating and fine-tuning medical equipment. Campbell reports that she has no family in the area and is open to relocation. Candidate personal statement. I've always dreamed of working for LoveCorp, and a position at the company has been my career goal since graduating. As we all know, LoveCorp's brain scan technology has the power to transform human happiness. If necessary, I would be happy to work on spec. Just being a part of the process would be an honor of a lifetime. I didn't realize you were such a LoveCorp fan, Chloe. I might have been laying it on a little thick. I was 10 applications deep already. I thought if I did a good enough job, team liked me, that maybe, they'd find you, the one faster. It seems silly now. I'm afraid that's not how it works. Yeah, but you have hopes. Harley leans over your shoulder to look over the application again. No family in the area. That's a weird thing to include. Well, she said she'd be happy to relocate, that's why. It was a question on the application. I figured they wanted to know if they needed me to travel for holidays or something. And then why not just ask that? Contract. The candidate, Chloe Campbell, hereby agrees to abide by the terms and conditions of the work agreement. The company, Love Corp Inc., agrees to tender payment for the following services: adjusting and re-optimizing the mechanisms for patient B1 and device A486, outlining new automated workflow and training internal team members. The candidate additionally agrees to sign a NDA and acknowledges that the violation of this agreement is a breach of the contract and may result in its termination. The terms of this agreement are subject to change, and the candidate hereby agrees to at-will employment for the company. Agreement status signed by all parties. Okay, does anyone understand what any of that means? Yes, it's legal jargon. It's an NDA. Chloe snores. It's a little dense, but basically I was hired to streamline the brain scan process so Love technicians wouldn't have to manually adjust the headsets. You were the one who did the automation? That's amazing. Being able to have the helmet automatically target a certain area of the brain was improve the algorithm so much, you have no idea. But if that was the only thing that improved a simple process, why all the secrecy? Because it's proprietary technology. Don't at me, I used to work in the industry. NDAs are standard across Love Corp, but having all the files labeled under code names with restricted access definitely is not. Discharge report. Discharge report. Chloe Campbell did exemplary work on the brain scan automation. Her talents are numerous. Her code was methodical, precise, and effective. Unfortunately, during her employment with Love Corp, Campbell violated security protocols. See Employee Handbook, Section 343, Item 5D. These violations included, are but not limited to, changing source code and using equipment without supervision. Campbell's manager confirmed that she was aware of these protocols and therefore violated them willfully. Love Corp Inc.'s engineering team has no choice but to terminate her contract without notice. Without notice. You gotta at least look at him and go, "You're fired." That's notice. Oh, just continue. Damn, Chloe decided to go out in a blaze of glory. Not at all. I only tested something without supervision one time. It was such a small update, I didn't think I needed to track down a babysitter. We have procedures for a reason. It's to ensure the safety of all of our employees. I got that once I was staring down a half-dozen company employers. I didn't get a warning or hearing or anything. I figured they just didn't need me anymore and were looking for an excuse to pull the plug. They literally have a written reason right there that you could have read. It's like people not rating the EULA when they sign up to something, right, in the terms of service, and then they go, "What did I do?" when they get banned. I don't know. Try reading. April 1st. Funny day to get whatever on. Today is the day I'm officially a Love Corp employee. Prank or not, I even have a Love Corp email. And a badge. Now all I need is a soulmate. April 21st. Everything's going so smoothly so far. Mary, cubicle next to mine, is pretty distracting though. She's so cute. And still not paired. Must focus. But how? So you had someone you could have hooked up with. Okay. Oh, May 5th. Oh, the testing has been giving me headaches. Probably just too much screen time or tension in my neck from wearing the helmet. May 29th. Okay, love you, Love Corp. Aha! But this bureaucracy is getting old. Why won't anyone tell me what parts of the brain we need to primarily focus on? I can't tailor the code if I don't know what it's being used for. June 2nd. Note to self, check in with Dan R. about the data access. I never did get that access. Even if I hadn't got fired, they probably never would have given it to me. It's not just you, Chloe. Love Corp is very private with a lot of their information. I've run into the same types of problems myself. Almost like they've got something to hide. Chloe's eyebrows furrow in confusion, and you clear your throat to draw our attention back to you. What about the headaches? Are you still dealing with those? Oh, they got less frequent after the first month, and they went away entirely after I stopped working there. I'm glad to hear it. Thanks for sharing all of this with us, Chloe. It's really insightful. Chloe's phone pings, and she glances down. Pizza's on the way. Anything else you guys need? Boy, that was under 20 minutes ago. Just one thing. Did you ever notice anything weird during your time as a contractor, or have any other health issues? Chloe quickly shakes her head and then pauses. Actually, there was one incident. I never filed a report because I didn't think it was a big deal, but one time when I was testing, my brain scanner had some kind of weird glitch. Like it malfunction? Not exactly. It was looping through the normal images you always see during the applications, but it gave me the worst headache. I felt like my skull was going to split in half. She frowns and rubs at her temples, eyebrows furrowed. Chloe, if you don't want to talk about it... No, I want to help. It's just... all it's coming back to me now. I remember. During the scan, I saw something else, something that didn't normally show up. It was a word, I think, or... was it a photograph? She closes her eyes. Her chest begins to rise and fall rapidly, breath coming out in short, staccato puffs. Chloe, try to concentrate. What did you see? I saw... She struggles to get the words out. Both Nico and Harley step closer to her, concerned. She's having a panic attack. We need to give her space. I don't think piling on the pressure helped. That wasn't literally pressure. It was just, hey, focus. Just... You're right. Sorry. No, I'm fine, really. She goes to take another deep breath, but just as she's inhaling, a steady stream of blood begins to drip from her nose. Chloe, you're bleeding again. Chloe's eyes widen. She lifts her hand to brush the blood away. But before she can, she abruptly collapses and begins to seize, her body making horrible jerking motions. Call emergency transport now. He crouches down beside her, checking her pulse as Harley pulls out her phone. You stand, paralyzed and useless, watching as Chloe's body twitches uncontrollably, blood still dripping down her face. What have we done? You asked a question. After the medics arrive, you and Nico and Harley follow them back to the hospital, where you wait to hear about Chloe's condition. I still don't understand why this happened to Chloe. I thought the nosebleed was a one-time thing, visiting her would clear things up. But instead of getting answers, I feel like all we have is more questions. What? Did you help Chloe would exonerate Love Corp? Say that this was all just a misunderstanding? Well, that would be preferred outcome, wouldn't it? One where the fewest people have been hurt. I already told you that plenty more people have been hurt. Chloe's just the latest in a long line. I just keep worrying. I mean, did we do this to her? Trigger the nosebleed somehow? You can't think like that, Erica. I'm not a doctor of medicine, but there's a good chance Chloe had an underlying medical condition. Yeah, an underlying medical condition caused by the brain scans. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, her trying to think back to that one particular thing caused this, so yeah, no, it is a bit weird. Let's not jump to conclusions. Are you actually going to sit here and defend friends of Chloe Campbell? Oh, look. It's you. So, argument forgotten, you all jump up and crowd around the doctor. Hello, I'm Dr. Randolph. I've been overseeing Miss Campbell's case since she came in. What happened? Is she okay? I'm sorry to tell you all this, but unfortunately Chloe Campbell passed away. What? Chloe's dead. This all happened so fast. A few hours ago she seemed fine. She was fine. Unfortunately, that's sometimes how these things go. We did everything we could to treat her, but she'd lost a lot of blood. What was the official cause of death? Unfortunately, since you aren't family of the deceased, I'm not permitted to share its hospital policy. Next to you, Harley scoffs, her eyes watery. Of course it is. Once again, my condolences to you all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to make some phone calls. He heads out of the waiting room and deeper into the hospital. Harley growls, her fists clenched at her sides. That's bull. We were with Chloe. We have a right to know what happened. At the end of the day, we hardly knew her, Harley. The most we can do is try to track down her family to see if they'll share. Well, that, or if you're in the hospital, go read her chart. Not if you've got some nerve, Ward. The doctor will have Chloe's chart in his office. If we sneak in, we can see the cause of death ourselves. While I'd normally be against that, such an invasion of privacy when others might be at the risk of the same thing happening to them, and if it turns out to be completely unrelated, then we can put the whole matter behind us. There's a solid chance our names are in this report anyway, since we call emergency services. But that means Love Corp could find out we tracked Chloe down. They will find out, unless we do something about it. We'd better hurry then. Wart, you're full of surprises. Hassan, you gonna stand watch? Looking wary, he nods. I'll do my best, just be careful, okay, Erica? I will, I promise. Harley rolls her eyes. I'll be careful too, sweet of you to care. With a salute to Nico, Harley pivots and begins to walk away, forcing you to jog to catch up. She leads you out of the lobby and down a long, narrow hallway which connects to the administrative wing of the hospital. Okay, pro tip for the hospital heist. Pro tip, how many hospital heists have you been a part of? Enough to know everyone in here is way too busy to notice what we're up to. So, as long as we blend in, keep your head down, act like you're a competent employee with places to be. I happen to be both of those things anyway. Pushing through the next door, you're immediately met by a dozen office doors, more branching off down the different hallways. This place has a lot more doctors than I realized. Spotting a nurse heading your direction, you wave her over. Erica, what are you... Hey, do you think you could point us toward Dr. Randolph's office? It's just down the next hall on the left. But where are your badges? You shouldn't be back here without them. We're new. We don't have them yet. We just started a couple hours ago, so we haven't had a chance to get them printed yet. Then why aren't you at least wearing scrubs? We, actually thought the hospital provided those. Ah, rookie mistake, we know. Which is why we really need to get this file for Dr. Randolph before he gets even more pissed at us. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. If any of the human resources people saw you, you'd get a formal reprimand. Nurse lets you go, and you let out a sigh of relief as you follow her directions around the corner. What part of act like you belong here did you miss? It's alright, this whole lying thing is still pretty new to me. Right. You stop in front of Randall's office, no one else is in sight, as Harley pulls out a few sharp-looking metal tools out of her boot. What are you doing? We're breaking and entering. Remember we did the entering, now it's time for the breaking? He winks at you and begins to twist whatever tool's in a lock, gently nudging it to side and then up and down. Where else have you broken into? Oh, better question is, where haven't I broken into? That's not an answer. Oh, fine. I honestly don't break into many places, and the places I do break into are usually abandoned. I'm not looking to get arrested. But sometimes there's a door between you and what you want, so you break it down. I got a lot more finesse than that. With a click, the door suddenly swings open, and the two of you quietly step into the office, heading right for his extremely cluttered desk. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about making a mess. This guy wouldn't notice if a tornado hit. With any luck, Chloe's file should be right on the top, since it just happened. You pick up a couple of files and until you find the ones with Chloe's name's written in a Sharpie at the top. You rapidly flip it open and start to read. Patient was admitted with severe seizures. Scans revealed a ruptured brain aneurysm. A patient was operated on immediately. Attempts to staunch the bleeding were unsuccessful. Patient went into hypovolemic shock. Cause of death, intracranial hemorrhage. She bled out and her heart failed. That's not all. Medical staff also observed unrelated damage to the patient's frontal lobe and amygdala. Further analysis required. So, all the problems stem from the brain. I mean, seizures, a brain aneurysm, damage to other parts of the brain. And what does Love Corp's brain scan target? That kind of damage they're describing here. It was like a cancer slowly eating away at her until something failed. You continue to sift through the pages, stopping as you find the admittance record for Chloe. The patient was accompanied by Nico Hassan, Erica Ward, and Hurley Jones. Jones. Is that really your last name? Of course not. There's always a Jones. No one questions a Jones. She tosses you a small jar of whiteout gestures to the page. Time to strike us from the record. Guess we're lucky Randolph still keeps paper charts. This would be a lot harder on a computer. And this is what, year 20-something? Like 2040, 2050? I know it's past 30-something when we read her thing. You lean down, carefully painting over your name spot as you're blowing them dry her footsteps in the hallway. What now? Hide! Harley yanks you down to the floor under the desk just as the door to the office swings open. Critical release form went all out. Next to you, Harley has one hand on a sharp, scalpel-looking object with her tool set. She can't seriously be thinking about stabbing him, can she? There you are. For a second, you think you've been caught, but then Dr. Randolph shuffles back out the door. I can't believe we got away with that. That's the question we have. Not, I can't believe you were about to stab a man. It's amazing what people don't notice, especially when it's right in front of them. You turn to Harley, only to notice how closely she's pressed against you in a tight space, her hand resting only inches from yours. Really? Just gonna stand up. You quickly untangle yourself from Harley and get back to your feet, with her following suit. Well, that went well. Really, we almost got caught. Almost being the operative word, but let's not stick around in case he comes back. You're right. We got what we needed. Move quietly, slipping out of the office and down the hallway until you're back with Nico in the lobby. Okay, I have to admit, I was expecting to have to bail you guys out. I'm very relieved that I don't. Ye of little faith, we have it completely handled. Mostly. Look, I have work to do. Work? Doing what? And for who? You brace for an argument, but then Nico shakes his head. Forget it, it doesn't matter now. Be in touch, okay? And if you find anything else, either of you, let me know. We will. And Harley, thanks for bringing us today. I know Chloe's story didn't exactly have a happy ending, but I'm glad someone was looking out for her. And I'm glad I don't have to sit at my desk and wonder what happened. I get it. The wondering. That's the worst part. With two-fingered salute, she spins around and heads out the front door while you sink back into one of the waiting room chairs. You okay? No. He sits next to you and takes your hand in his, rubbing soothing circles over the back of your knuckles. It's understandable. It's been a tough day, especially for you. I can't stop thinking about Chloe. What if this was all our fault? Someone else gets hurt. Someone else gets hurt. They probably already have, let's be honest. I don't think Chloe's the first one. If the brain scans really did cause this, like Harley seems to think, then shouldn't we be out there warning everyone? Speaking of which, shouldn't you be telling Nico what you found? I can't just go back to my life like nothing happened, not when someone else might lose theirs. I get it. I wish that things had gone differently. I wish that we knew what happened. I wish we could ask Chloe what happened. He squeezes your hand reassuringly. But this isn't your fault, Erica. We were trying to help. We all were. I just wish there was more I could do. Some way I could fix this. I don't think there's anything that can be fixed, Nico. You sit in silence for a moment, Nico's presence at your side a comfort. You know, there might be one thing, not a fix, but a way forward. Tomorrow's the annual Love Corp charity gala, and since we're paired now, you're already on the list as my +1. Hmm. You think going to a party will help? Well, it isn't just a party, Erica. All of course higher ups will be there if anyone can help us or know what's going on. Hmm. It'd be them. That's brilliant. You expect them to tell you. Then it's settled. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of this. For Chloe. For Chloe. No, you won't. It's too soon in the book. Anyway. Oh my god. Alright, first and foremost, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below letting me know what your thoughts are. So far, my thoughts are the following. Listen, it was something at the end, leave me alone. Like I said, it's now, like, 6 something in the morning, and I'm doing this, so, I have to break up the monotony and whatnot, and that's just, I tell jokes. That's just who I am. If you haven't figured that out by, with all the time that you've been here, right? I don't know how to tell you. Um, I mean, so first and foremost, wow. So, I mean, already having a brain aneurysm, right? Um, it sucks that even in today's day and age, the medical technology we have, it's true. This woman was going to die. Her chances of making it were so astronomically small, it's not even funny. Um, just saying. Just saying. A brain aneurysm is a very serious business. Um, and I think it's because of the repeated trauma of these scans of what was going on and whatnot. Um, I think in a way, maybe that Love Corp knew about what Chloe was doing and everything else, and she was a piece of a puzzle. And by her keeping coming in and getting these scans and whatnot, it put her at risk. And they naturally would get rid of her because when a brain aneurysm or something this extreme happens, right, because of how rare it is, but also the rarity of you living, because of how rare it is of you making it, or, well, you having it, but also making it, that people just write it off because brain aneurysms, they're not something that can really be explained. Like, there have been perfectly healthy people who have had brain aneurysms, and then there are people who just, it made sense, right? They played football for 10, 20 years, they took a lot of head injuries, whatnot, so yeah, no, they got a brain aneurysm. Typically people who are under high stress and whatnot can get one, but again, it's so far and few and in between. There's even like chances of some medicines giving you the off chance of you getting one. Like, it's all over the place for the data about these. That's about the best way I can tell you, and just my education from what I know. Um, so who knows? Right now we're just left in the dark. It's just a puzzle piece. That's about the best way to put it. Um, so clearly this isn't a perfect match situation. But this is kind of like something that it might be, like she said, it wasn't a picture, it was a word. So there might have been subliminal messaging there, which subliminal messaging is illegal, by the way, so just in case you were wondering. It's actually something that everybody used to do back in, like, when TVs and whatnot first came out. They actually made a movie about it. And, I'm sure you guys know the movie, but yeah, no, there was a time and a point where, like, literally you'd be watching a show or whatnot, and there'd be words hidden behind the images on the television, and it was subliminal messaging. It would make people go buy things or do things or whatnot. Nothing crazy, but yeah, no, that was once a thing. And so if you think about it, like, I'm just gonna throw this out here, tinfoil hat moment, but with all this doom scrolling that people do, like, let's be honest, a lot of you, like, sit there, right, on a lot of these things, and you just doom scroll. I don't do it. Because I do believe in such things, and I'm too busy to actually be caught in, like, one of those intricate webs of doom scrolling. So, but think about it. And how are you going to prove that someone somewhere is doing a subliminal message to you? Like, I could be doing it right now to you. I'm not even kidding. Because they used to do it where your eyes didn't pick up the word that was on the screen. It was literally and figuratively just there until you had to slow it down so much to see the word. So yeah, no, it was out of phase. So um yeah, no, just saying. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love your beautiful faces. You know what to do. Catch you all later. Peace out.